If you learn about cumin seeds, you may have seen that cumin powder in lots of Mexican food. Some Middle Eastern food likes it too, and Thai food is a friend. But what you didn't know, we're gonna show you, so watch to the end. Making cumin seeds, making things that taste good, making cumin seeds, frying up a beef, and we don't wanna stop. So we'll just keep on cooking. You can do it too. You can cook your own food everywhere. Everywhere. So here we go. What's going on, glorious people? We are just pounding stuff. No,
we're always pounding stuff.
We're always just, Derek is always pounding stuff.
That's true.
I'm joined with Make Bistro over here, Mr. Derek Lucci. I'm sure you've seen many of our Thai videos. He's the Thai man. So he's like, I don't know.
Always learning.
Always learning, but you're learning ahead of us.
That's for sure.
So I've been wanting to do a beginner's guide to spice video for a long time because people are always like, can you do spices? I don't understand spices. Like, I have my curry powder and I don't know what the hell is going on.
Which curry powder is pretty awful. Yeah, I don't know how to explain why is curry powder so awful.
It's because the word curry, people hear curry and they make an assumption. It could be like if you think of it as Indian food, you're like, okay, but curry just means like a blend of spices.
And it could even mean a paste. You know, if you're talking about, and I think maybe we as Americans maybe ruin the word curry.
We generalize
because often you'll see like curry powder with like rotisserie chicken and raisins, and it's like the worst possible recipe, and it's not toasted off. And toasting spices is a big thing we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about. So we just released this instant spice lines, basically BGBQ. If you haven't seen it, click the link below. It turns everything into barbecue sauce. It felt like good inspiration to me to like start doing this spice stuff. But the point is, I realized we have all this information. A lot of people want this information, and spices are amazing because if you get to know just one spice, like this cumin, we're starting with cumin.
Simple.
If you know how to use cumin well, like you can elevate your dishes to very high.
And well is so relative too. It's more like if you just know how to work with it, you can decide what you want to do with it, right?
This is very true.
That's the deal with any spice.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. And like cumin, for example, most people think of cumin as the cumin powder form. Some people probably don't even realize that like this started as something else.
And some call it cumin as well. I call it cumin. Josh has always called cumin, but just so not to confuse. Same thing.
Yeah. So if someone says cumin, you're confused. But the seed, you can get a little shot in there. This, when I think of cumin or cumin, I think of Mexican food. Like basically every Mexican recipe that I've ever made has cumin in it. Tacos, like beef, beans, anything. Like it's in everything. It's amazing.
And I agree with that, but I also think, like Szechuan style food, you'll have like your cumin crusted lamb, which is delicious, and also a lot of Thai food, because a lot of Thai food is not just strictly Thai. It's often influenced by Muslim communities or Indian flavors. People traveling to the land.
Well, it's the same in Middle Eastern food. There's a lot of cumin. It's just an amazing spice, and if you get anything out of this video, just go buy one spice and learn how to use it. Don't buy a million spices and be overwhelmed. Just take one, get good with using just some cumin, which we're gonna show you today. We're gonna make some really simple dishes, and just using cumin is gonna be freaking glorious.
And I will say that even with one spice, you always need to have salt. So like if you have salt in tandem with any of these spices, that salt doesn't count as a spice. Salt needs to be used.
It needs to be used.
Thing. Don't fear salt.
I agree. So what basically we're gonna do is toast it off. So you can just buy cumin powder, and listen, if maybe 50% of the time when I'm cooking, like I end up using a powder, I get a good powder. But what happens is, since it's already ground up, it's already losing the aromas. They're just flying away into the heavens.
You can wake up even already ground cumin.
Yeah, you can toast it
just by toasting a little bit.
That's true. You can just toast that.
Having the full seed here and toasting it and grinding it each time you cook, it's going to be more fragrant.
Maybe more? What do you think? More?
That's good.
Yeah. So toasting is really simple. The only thing is you do it on a dry wok. I mean, you could take a bunch of oil with any spice and basically fry it in there and get like a delicious flavor.
In a lot of Indian food, when you're blooming spices in the beginning, you might have a little oil, and when it starts to pop, like mustard seeds, for example, that usually has a little bit of oil or ghee in the bottom first.
The ghee in the bottom, yeah. But in this case, just dry pan, a dry wok, whatever. You don't want to burn it, so you want the heat to be nice and low, or you want to be moving it around, shaking it around a lot. And it's just gonna you're gonna keep doing it until You start to really smell. It's like, oh, it's
you need to smell it. And you can honestly, the heat does not matter, to be quite honest with you. You could go full wok flame over this. It just means you need to move 2 seconds.
Yeah,
you have to move fast. And that's how cooking is in general. I mean, yeah, don't walk away.
Don't walk away. Yeah, that's a good call.
I mean, it's so like, we're just, you know, this is a low heat right now, so we're going for a little bit longer.
So we can go higher.
Jack
it up.
We just need to watch it. But every spice toasts at a different time. So yes, if we had, you know, more spices than just cumin here, we could put them in all at once. But you have to take into fact that toasting cinnamon versus a cumin seed, the cumin seed is a lot more delicate. So if you're gonna do a lot at once, you have to be really careful. So I would recommend just quickly toasting each spice separately.
That makes a lot of sense.
But again, you can always break these rules. This is just, you know, I think it's good to understand maybe how something works, and then at that point you can be like, okay, we're just gonna combine it because we can.
That's, I mean, to the point of the curry, like there are so many rules that we have in cooking, and sometimes people watch one cooking show and they're like, oh, that person said never do this without this.
And they just follow it forever.
Yeah, and you make that your way, and it's like, maybe that's not true. Maybe
you can see it's pretty good. It's becoming aromatic, and also keep in mind that we're gonna use this with some beef here.
Yeah.
So the beef's gonna go back in, so it's gonna continue toasting again in the pan. So.
That's very true.
And then, so the beauty of, you can use a spice grinder at this point, but the beauty of a pestle and mortar, which I basically use for everything, is that we can either go powder now, or we can kind of make it cracked. And if we make it cracked, it'll be kind of nice because it'll coat the beef, I think. So I think I might go in between.
That's cool.
And with spices in a pestle and mortar, you don't want to just right away start smashing because they'll just fly out at you. So it's
like
nice swirl motion, yeah.
Give it a little swirl, you know?
Yeah, you can smell that. And use some salt, a good amount of salt in here. Because this is also seasoning whatever we cook, right?
Cumin to me is also a very standalone spice, like you said, as long as you have salt. And we're gonna do, when we finish the dishes, we'll use some fresh herbs, maybe a little citrus or something. But all you need to do is like accentuate that flavor. So when you're getting that with some meat, it's like savory and delicious, and you feel like you're in another world.
Like, I don't actually want to go any further than that, because we have some cracked pieces, we have some like...
You get in there?
It's not just ground, you know? Oh, yeah. But again, the rule of not just ground, it just depends on what you're doing, you know? Often if you're maybe dissolving this in a soup, you don't want the texture, so you might just...
That is very true.
You might just put it directly in.
And
we're doing beef like this.
Oh yeah, we're doing beef like this.
Okay.
So why not, right?
Oh, I see, yeah.
So,
okay, then at that point we could, I guess, crust it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
So we're just kind of, I'm not saying we're making this up. These are all based on things that we've done, but what's cool is when you start to understand how a spice works, you can just kind of freestyle in the kitchen. Take a little beef. So I have this thinly sliced beef, and you could do this, cumin with ground beef is amazing. So you could just fry up some beef for, like, you know, taco, whatever. We have thinly sliced beef, which if you can't get all good, you could also just rub a whole steak with cumin. And, oh, that's awesome. I appreciate the aggressiveness.
The point here is we want it to be aggressive, or else why are we using the spice? That's the other problem with spices, I think. Yes, spices can be subtle, and it's a beautiful thing when you're eating something and you're like, oh, what is that one thing? Oh, it was just like a little half inch of the cinnamon that made it so good. That's cool, but if we're gonna cook this style of food and we want to use spices, we gotta go aggressive.
Look at this thing is like on fire.
So we'll
find out.
It'll work. It'll work. It'll just get on fire. That's what happens. Yeah. And this isn't even that aggressive when you realize how much beef is here.
Oh yeah. What's cool is you'll see this a lot in Korean food, where they'll have like a little Korean barbecue. Like some of the places that don't have their own rigs, they'll bring these out with a little grill, whatever you call these things. Oh wow, it's like getting hot. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
with a wire.
You can even go like lower.
Yeah.
Too. It's gonna warp it. It's just the reality of what happens when you do this. Can you salt this a little bit?
Yeah, a little salt.
Yeah. Nice.
So this actually kind of reminds me, one of the reasons I want to make this video, when I first started playing music, I got really obsessed with guitar pedals. And I was listening to Fish all the time, and I just wanted to have all of the same pedals that the lead singer and guitar players
had. I went through those phases.
Yeah, so I bought like every single pedal, and all of a sudden I had this huge that looked impressive. It was like, well, I've got like the wahs, I've got the delays, I've got flangers and distortions, all this stuff, but I didn't know how to use any of them. So like, instead of trying to figure out how to use all these things together, I realized I had to strip away, and I took everything away and I started with just one pedal. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna learn how to play with just the distortion. And all of a sudden, I learned that distortion pedal, and then when I was ready, I was like, now I'm gonna add delay.
This is life concepts right now.
This is very much like the process of anything. Like if you get overwhelmed with, wow, cooking, I need a million spices and stuff.
You must simplify.
Yeah, start with one thing, don't screw yourself. That beef looks awesome.
You can just start going on. I'm just kind of separating it. But
I probably need some. Yeah, I'm like, do I need chopsticks or something? And have fun with this. Like I said, if you're using a whole steak, just fry it up on a grill.
And this could even have, just looking at the amount of cumin we have here, it could probably have even more, as far as I'm concerned.
We'll probably smoke our place out, and you'll probably hear the...
You can just turn down the heat, because it doesn't need to be that high.
Oh, whoops. It's going to smoke because the fat and the beef is going to...
It's also so thin that this is going to cook so quickly.
It smells really good.
This is a fucking great idea.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, look at that char.
And this is going to cook in seconds too, which is cool.
You can go heat again, I think.
Yeah, I gotta go.
In fact, we could just blast it all and just move quickly.
Yeah. These things like don't let you go super low, so we'll see what we can do. Woo!
And this is also a way you can kind of grill at home.
Oh.
But make sure you make sure you remove your smoke detectors.
And I do have a fire station next to my house. So. Okay, so we just paused everything and kind of set this up, but
We just clicked pause on the video.
click pause, you can do the same.
Yes.
What's cool about this is we're really focusing on just the cumin flavor, adding fresh herbs, doing little like lettuce wraps, and maybe a little citrus. That's all you need. When you understand the gloriousness of the herb.
Yeah, it's no particular style. You just kind of eat. And what's cool is this is all green.
It's all green.
True Brothers green fashion.
In the true green fashion.
You know, you could put all your sauces on this, sriracha, whatever, but it's kind of beautiful just to eat this beef with herbs.
Yeah, we could do. We have like a
I kind of like this. I just want to eat my bite like this.
Straight up.
Just like a lot of herbs. Maybe give me a little squeezy.
You always get the squeeze. You always need the squeeze. I'm gonna do a whole nother video about just herbs, but spice is life. Spice is life. That's simple.
And it tastes like cumin. Like,
You get to understand that flavor. And if you're trying any of these recipes, just take cumin. Cook something that you like. Just take chicken. Any meat.
Eggs could.
Eggs,
like,
anything. Just like rub it on some chicken, fry it up, just to get the sense of what cumin tastes like. Because once you feel good about cumin, you can go anywhere.
It's true.
So, to add to the party, keep that going.
We'll take his little wrap there. One last bite.
I got these spare ribs. And you'll start to see close-ups in a second. But early this morning, I just took the ribs, some oil on that. I cut them up in little, like 3 or 4 ribs per piece. Little oil, little salt, and then just cover them in cumin. Roasted them at 300 for like an hour, and I turned it down to 250 until they got super tender. And then you end up with these beautiful guys right here.
This is all oven. The crust looks so nice, and I like this too because it's like a super dry crust.
Oh my god, look at that. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a dry crust. So you could actually, I could have let it sit in the crust for like overnight. If you want, like the night before,
oh my god,
you can just let that meat come in.
Oh, I like this though.
Look at this. Let's just like give it the old stack experience.
And you could even get fun here. You could get like, make yourself feel like you're on the street. Just get some piece and shit like this. Oh, it's not cutting through. And you go, and you get your nice little chunks.
Try a little piece.
This feels good. Like you can feel. Oh wow.
So this right now, my favorite way to cook.
This is delicious.
This is the base. This alone, I would probably want to add some heat. A little salt, whatever, but this is a great place to start. We would have some rice.
Like, the beef was okay. This is delicious.
This is
really good. Yeah, so you have some rice here. Rice cooker's always the nicest, but 1-to-1 ratio, by the way, if you want good rice.
we'll just put this in here.
Yeah, that was super selfish of me. I just got the rice and I wanted
No,
it. I couldn't help it. I mean,
son of a bitch.
I see rice and I should share.
How could you?
This would also be good with the wrap.
Exactly, herbs. I can take some like cilantro.
You know, the nice thing about this too is you can chew through these bones. A lot of them are like, I mean, some of them are harder, but I chewed through a little piece just now.
Really?
Wow, that was good.
It's just kind of like you serve that to someone right there. Maybe a little chili on this one. Why not?
And obviously, if you then hit it with a nice liquid sauce you make, or even like hoisin or sriracha, whatever you want to do, it's gonna be good.
So what's cool about ribs too is that I feel like they're so easy. A lot of times what you can do is like roast them on low. You get all your seasonings, roast them on low, and then just throw them on the grill. We didn't even need to though. Like it just developed that crust. But unlike the beef,
But it had that crust because of the cumin. That's what's cool about dried spices without like adding additional liquid is they get this like dry crust, which is kind of, it's something I appreciate.
it's a cool thing. It gives you like this really cool texture. I love beef jerky, so anytime like there's that sort of piece that's like really, you know, like crunchy. Oh yeah, try like that. Ribs have like a lot of dynamic, you know. But even with this same,
and then when you hit it with hit
it with this, and then you just dig into it however you want.
You give yourself a little bit of citrus on something, and it will uplift it.
Oh wow. Another thing you can do, same with vegetables. You could take like sweet potato, chop this thing up, and just toss it in cumin and roast it in the oven at like 350, 400 degrees, and you'll have these super delicious sweet potato chunks. I guess that's pretty much it for cumin. Unless there's anything else you think that's like...
I think that covers pretty much all you could ever possibly do with cumin.
There's so many cuisines.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Like, you can do whatever.
But this is all really just about like kind of getting that beginner's guide, a little taste, understanding cumin better. Don't just like see one thing and believe it.
Even us, don't believe us.
Yeah, like you gotta go out and try it for yourself. It's like the Buddha says, like don't follow me, come take a taste, try it on for yourself, see if you like it. Let us know what kind of stuff you like to make with cumin. It's around the world. See you in the next spice video.
I'm just gonna continue eating here.
Yeah,
I love to eat.